Most people will scroll past this. You didn't. That's the difference. I want you to imagine something for a second. It's 10 years from now. You're sitting somewhere quiet. Maybe it's early morning. Maybe it's late at night after everyone else went to sleep. And you're looking back at this exact moment in your life, the version of you watching this video right now. What do you see? Do you see someone who made a decision? Someone who saw the window and jumped through it? Someone who took the discomfort seriously and turned it into fuel? Or do you see someone who watched 1,000 videos, consumed 1,000,000 pieces of content, nodded along to every word, and then went back to the same routine? The same habits, the same excuses, the same ceiling. Here's the thing about future millionaires. And I don't just mean people with money. I mean people who build something real, who dominate their field, who create a life that most people only dream about. They weren't smarter than everyone else when they started. They weren't luckier. They weren't more talented. What they had was a moment. One specific moment where something shifted inside them. A moment where they stopped waiting for permission and started operating like the person they were trying to become. That moment, for a lot of them, was a video. A book, a conversation, a rock bottom, a realization at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling. Maybe this is yours. I'm going to talk to you for the next hour like you're already that person. Because I believe you are. And by the end of this, you're going to either confirm that belief, or you're going to close this video and go back to sleep. The choice is yours. But the content, it's all here. Let's go. Where you actually are right now. Before we talk about where you're going, we need to be brutally honest about where you are. And I mean brutally honest. Not mean, not harsh for the sake of it, but real, in a way that most people in your life will never be with you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't have that problem. So let me ask you something that might sting. When was the last time you did something that genuinely scared you? Not dangerous, not reckless, but something that pushed you so far outside your comfort zone that your hands were shaking and your stomach was turning. And you did it anyway? If you have to think about it for more than 5 seconds, that's your answer. Because here's what I've noticed about people who eventually build wealth. Real influence, real freedom. They have an almost uncomfortable relationship with discomfort. They don't like it. Nobody likes it. But they've trained themselves to move toward it instead of away from it. The average person does the opposite. The average person has become a master of comfort optimization. They have the perfect morning routine that they don't actually follow. They have the business idea that they've been sitting on for 3 years. They have the investment plan that they read about but never executed. They have the skill they keep saying they're going to develop. When things slow down, when the kids are older, when they save a little more money first, there's always a reason. And the reason is always just slightly reasonable enough to feel valid. That's the trap. Now, I want to be clear about something before we go deeper. There's a version of this kind of talk that's just blame. That's just someone yelling at you that you're lazy and need to work harder. That's not what this is, because the truth is more nuanced and more dangerous than that. The reason most people are stuck, and I mean genuinely, structurally stuck, is not that they're lazy. It's that they're operating from a framework that was built for a different era. A framework that was handed to them by people who meant well, but were working with outdated information. Go to school. Get a degree. Get a stable job. Save your money. Retire at 65. That framework worked once. It worked in a world where companies were loyal, where inflation was predictable, where a single income could support a family in a decent home in a decent neighborhood. That world is gone. And the people who haven't updated their framework, they're running the right software on the wrong operating system. And they're confused about why nothing is working. You feel that confusion. That's why you're here. The first step isn't motivation. The first step is diagnosis. You have to accurately identify what is actually keeping you stuck before you can dismantle it. So let's do that. The 5 things that are actually keeping you stuck. Number 1, you're playing defense instead of offense with your time. Think about the last 72 hours of your life. Map it out in your head. How many of those hours were spent reacting to emails, to notifications, to other people's needs, to the algorithm, to to whatever was in front of you? And how many hours were spent proactively building something that compounds? Something that will matter in 5 years? Most people live their entire life in reactive mode. They're constantly putting out fires. And the tragedy is, the fires are almost never real emergencies. They're just urgencies. Urgent to someone else. Urgent because of a notification, but not actually important to the trajectory of your life. Defensive time management is how people spend 20 years working incredibly hard and ending up in the same financial position they started in. Busy is not the same as productive. Busy is not the same as building. Number 2, your identity is anchored to who you used to be. This one is subtle, but it might be the most powerful thing I say today. Your brain has a self-concept. A story it tells about who you are, what you're capable of, what kinds of things happen to you. And that self-concept was largely built before you were 18 years old, by your family, your environment, your early experiences. The problem is that self-concept becomes a thermostat. Whenever you start moving towards something bigger, the thermostat kicks in and brings you back to your set point. It does this through sabotage, through procrastination, through suddenly remembering all the reasons something won't work, through choosing comfort at the exact moment courage was needed. You might call this self-sabotage. I call it identity protection. Your brain isn't trying to hurt you. It's trying to keep you consistent with the story it has about you. The only way to break this is to deliberately and aggressively rewrite the story. We'll talk about how in a later segment, but for now, just recognize it. Notice it when it's happening. That's step 1. Number 3, you're taking advice from people who haven't done what you want to do. I say this carefully because I know some of these people love you. Parents, older relatives, friends who care about you. People who genuinely have your best interests at heart. But good intentions don't equal good advice. And someone who has lived a life of financial scarcity, no matter how wise they are in other areas, is not equipped to give you financial guidance. Someone who has never built a business cannot tell you how to build a business. Someone who has never taken a real risk cannot counsel you on whether a risk is worth taking. The people you take advice from shape the ceiling you believe exists. And if your advisors have low ceilings, because of their circumstances, their era, their choices, you will unconsciously adopt their ceiling as your own. This is not about being ungrateful. It's about being intentional with who gets access to your decision-making. Number 4, you're waiting for certainty before you move. This one will keep you paralyzed forever. Because certainty doesn't come before action. It comes from action. The people who wait until everything is perfectly lined up, the right amount of savings, the right time, the right circumstances, enough knowledge, enough preparation, are the same people who look up at 45 and realize they've been waiting their whole adult life and nothing ever lined up perfectly. Readiness is a myth. You get ready by doing. You figure it out by starting. You build confidence through execution, not through preparation. The market doesn't reward perfect planners. It rewards relentless executors. Number 5, you don't actually believe it's possible for you, and this is the one most people won't admit. You might believe wealth is possible in the abstract. You might believe other people can build it, but deep down, when you get quiet, when the noise stops, there's a voice that says something like, "Yeah, but not me." That's for people who are smarter, who had better starts, who got lucky, who had connections, who were born into the right family. That voice is not wisdom. That voice is a wound, and it has been costing you more than you know, because you act in alignment with what you believe about yourself. Always. If you believe you're a person who struggles financially, you will unconsciously make financial decisions that keep you struggling. If you believe success is for other people, you will find ways to disqualify yourself every time it gets close. I'm going to ask you to do something difficult, not for the duration of this video, but permanently going forward. Act as if it's possible, not as if it's guaranteed. Not with blind optimism, but with the assumption that the path exists and you're capable of walking it. That shift alone will change more about your trajectory than any tactic, any strategy, any investment vehicle ever could. Let's talk about how wealthy people actually think. Not the mythologized version, not the hustle porn version, The real psychological framework that separates people who build financial freedom from people who consume content about financial freedom for years and stay broke, because I've spent a lot of time studying this, watching this, being around people at different levels of wealth. And the difference is almost never what people think it is. It's not tactics. It's not which stock to buy or which business to start. Those things matter, but they're downstream. They're outputs. The input, the thing that determines all the outputs, is how you think. Framework difference number 1, time orientation. Most people think in weeks and months. Wealthy people think in years and decades. This is not a small distinction. This is the entire game. When a wealthy person makes a decision, they're running a mental simulation of where that decision leads in 10 years. When the average person makes a decision, they're thinking about how it feels right now, this week, this month. This is why wealthy people delay gratification at a level that looks almost crazy to everyone around them. They're not denying themselves pleasure. They're playing a longer game. They're sacrificing a small win today for a disproportionately large win later. And the math of compounding, whether it's compounding money, skills, relationships, or reputation, rewards this orientation almost violently. The returns in year 8 are not 8 times the returns in year 1. They're exponentially larger. The curve doesn't go up in a straight line. It goes up and then it bends. But you only get to the bend if you stayed in the game. The average person quits before the curve bends. Every time. Framework difference number 2. Problems are products. Here's a sentence that will change how you see your entire day if you let it sink in. Every problem that exists in the world, frustration, inconvenience, inefficiency, pain, complexity, is a product waiting to be built. Wealthy people, almost to a person, have trained themselves to look at problems differently from everyone else. Where most people see a frustrating situation and respond with complaints, irritation, acceptance, or helplessness, wealthy people see an opportunity. They ask, who else has this problem? How many people? How much does this problem cost them in time, money, or stress? Would they pay to have it solved? If enough people have it, and they'd pay to have it solved, that's a business. That's wealth. The world is not running out of problems. It's running out of people who are trained to respond to problems creatively instead of reactively. Start seeing your frustrations as market research. Framework difference number 3. Income is engineered, not earned. This is a fundamental mindset break from how most of us were raised. We were taught that income is something you receive in exchange for time. You work a certain number of hours, you get paid a certain amount of money. Linear, predictable, safe. Wealthy people understand that income is something you design. You build systems, businesses, investments, content, products, intellectual property, and those systems generate income whether you're working or not. Whether you're asleep, whether you're on vacation, whether you're sick, the goal is not to earn more per hour. The goal is to make your income independent of your hours. This requires a different kind of work. Not harder work necessarily, different work. Work that builds systems instead of just completing tasks. Work that creates assets instead of just exchanging time. The question to ask yourself every day is, what am I building today that will generate value when I'm not working? If you don't have an answer, you're in the time for money trap. And the time for money trap has a ceiling, always. Framework difference number 4. Their relationship with money is fundamentally different. Most people, and this comes from childhood, from cultural messaging, from what they heard around the dinner table growing up, have a complicated, emotional, often negative relationship with money. Money is stressful. Money causes fights. Money is something you never have enough of. Money is what other people have. Money changes people. Money is the root of all evil. These aren't just beliefs. They're operating instructions. They tell your brain how to behave around money. And if your deep, automatic, unconscious belief is that money is dangerous, scarce, or bad, you will repel it. Consistently, without realizing you're doing it. Wealthy people, across different backgrounds, different industries, different countries, tend to share a fundamentally different emotional relationship with money. They see it neutrally or positively. They see it as a tool, a resource, something that amplifies who you already are. They're not more ethical than people who don't have money. They're not more moral, but they're not carrying a psychological tax on every financial decision they make. Clearing your money, psychology, is not woo-woo. It's not therapy for therapy's sake. It's removing a block that is actively costing you money right now. Framework difference number 5. They're obsessed with asymmetric risk. This one is sophisticated, but I want you to understand it because it changes how you approach every major decision. Asymmetric risk means the downside is small and knowable, but the upside is large and potentially unlimited. Wealthy people seek asymmetric opportunities. They don't gamble. Gambling is symmetric at best, asymmetric against you at worst. But they also don't avoid risk. They structure their risks carefully so that if they're wrong, they lose a defined, survivable amount. But if they're right, they win big. This is why wealthy people start businesses with low overhead before quitting their jobs. Why they invest in skills that have universal applicability. Why they build audiences before launching products. Why they test ideas before going all in. The average person thinks they're being smart by avoiding all risk. But avoiding all risk is its own kind of risk, the risk of never building anything that compounds. Framework difference number 6. Their network is their net worth. And I don't mean this as a cliche. I mean it literally, structurally, mechanically. The opportunities that lead to wealth, the job that changes your trajectory, the investor who writes the check, the partner who fills your gaps. The mentor who opens the door almost never come through cold applications or random luck. They come through relationships, wealthy. People invest in relationships the way most people invest in courses, intentionally, strategically, generously, not transactionally. The transactional approach always fails, but with genuine interest in the success of the people around them. The most powerful upgrade you can make to your financial trajectory right now. Today is not a stock pick or a business idea. It's getting yourself into rooms with people who are operating at a level above you. Find those rooms. Pay to get into them if you have to, and then add value before you ask for anything. That's how networks are built, and that's how trajectories are changed. Now we're going to get tactical. Because philosophy without execution is just entertainment. I want to walk you through the specific habits, not the generic ones you've heard 100 times, but the real ones. The ones that compound silently over months and years into something that looks like overnight success to everyone watching from the outside. These are the habits that show up, over and over, in the lives of people who build real wealth. Not all of them will apply to you right now, but most of them will. And even adopting 2 or 3 with full commitment will bend your trajectory in ways you can't predict. Habit 1. Protecting the first hour of your day like it's sacred. The first hour after you wake up is neurologically the most valuable hour of your day. Your brain is fresh. Your cortisol, the alertness hormone, is naturally peaking. Your willpower reserves are full. Your attention hasn't been hijacked yet. Most people destroy this hour within minutes. Phone, news, social media, email, notifications. The moment you pick up your phone, you've handed the most valuable hour of your day to other people's agendas. You've gone from executive mode, where you're directing your life, to reactive mode, where you're responding to everyone else. Future. Millionaires into your life seen this consistently, oh God. This hour with a ferocity that looks antisocial to everyone around them. No phone, no news, no social media. For at least 60 minutes instead, some version of movement, some version of mental clarity, whether that's meditation, journaling, prayer, or simply silence. And most importantly, time spent on the most important thing, the deep work, the thing that moves the needle before the world gets its hands on your attention. This one habit, practiced for 1 year, adds up to 365 hours of protected, focused, high-quality time spent on what matters most. That's 9 full-time work weeks, extracted from the same 24 hours everyone else has, just by protecting the morning. Habit 2. Having a single daily non-negotiable. Most productivity systems fail because they're too complex. Too many tasks, too many priorities, too many commitments that all feel equally important until they collectively overwhelm you and you do none of them. Here's a simpler system. Every day, one thing is non-negotiable. One thing that no matter what happens, no matter how the day breaks, no matter what emergencies arise, no matter how tired or unmotivated you feel, gets done. Just one. The key is choosing the right thing. The non-negotiable should be the action that compounds most directly toward your biggest goal. The thing that, if done consistently for 1 year, would make the biggest difference. For someone building a business, maybe it's 1 hour of deep work on the core product. For someone building a body, it's the workout. For someone building a financial foundation, it's 30 minutes of learning about investing. For someone building an audience, it's creating one piece of content. It doesn't have to be big. It has to be consistent. Consistency beats intensity every single time when played over years. The day you don't feel like doing it is the most important day to do it. Because that's the day you're building character, not just skills. Habit 3. Deliberately developing your most valuable skill. Every person who achieves significant financial success has, at some point, become genuinely excellent at something specific. Not generically competent, excellent, top tier, rare skills command rare compensation. This is not complicated. Supply and demand applies to human capability just as much as it applies to goods and services. The question is, what's your rare skill going to be? And I want to push back on something here. A lot of people think their rare skill has to be technical, has to be coding or finance or engineering. But communication is a rare skill. The ability to sell, to persuade, to influence, to move people is extraordinarily rare and extraordinarily valuable. Leadership is a rare skill. The ability to build and manage people effectively is something most people never develop. Creative thinking is a rare skill. Pick one. Go deep. Not wide, deep. Stop accumulating shallow knowledge across 20 domains and go absurdly deep in one. The person who knows a little about everything is replaceable. The person who knows everything about something specific is indispensable. Habit 4. Reading as a serious daily practice. I know this one sounds boring. I know you've heard it before. I'm going to tell you why it matters in a way you might not have considered. Every book is a shortcut. Every good nonfiction book is someone taking 5, 10, 20 years of their life experience, their mistakes, their wins, their insights, and compressing it into something you can consume in 5 to 8 hours. Reading one serious book per month is 12 books per year. Over 5 years, that's 60 books. 60 compressed lifetimes of knowledge and experience. The people who don't read, or who only consume short-form content, are operating with a narrower information base than the people who read. And narrower information bases produce worse decisions. And worse decisions, compounded over years, produce dramatically different life outcomes. But here's the thing, and this is important. Most people read the wrong way for this purpose. They read to finish. They read for the feeling of completion, read to implement. Read one book slowly and ask yourself, what is the one insight from this book that I could act on this week? And then act on it. One implemented insight from one book is worth more than 50 books read for entertainment. Habit 5. Tracking your money weekly. This will feel small. It is not small. The relationship between a person and their money is a reflection of the relationship between a person and their attention. What you measure, you manage. What you track, you optimize. What you ignore, you lose control of. Most people have a vague sense of their financial picture. They know roughly what they make. They have a rough sense of what they spend. They check their account when they're nervous. That's not management. That's hoping. Wealthy people, even very wealthy people, know their numbers with precision. They know their net worth. They know their monthly cash flow. They know where every dollar is allocated. They review this regularly, not because money is everything, but because clarity about money equals clarity about freedom. And you cannot optimize what you don't measure. Habit 6. Weekly reflection and recalibration. This might be the most underrated habit on this list. Once a week, same day, same time, sit down with a notebook and ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do this week that moved me toward my goals? What did I do that moved me away from them? And what will I do differently next week? That's it. 15 minutes. No elaborate system. But here's what happens over time. You get extraordinarily self-aware about your patterns. You start noticing the specific triggers that pull you off course. You start noticing the specific conditions that allow you to perform at your best, and then you engineer your life to create more of the latter and fewer of the former. Most people make the same mistakes on a loop because they never pause long enough to notice the pattern. Weekly reflection breaks the loop. Habit 7. Cold outreach. Consistently. This is the one most people resist the hardest. And it's the one that changes trajectories the fastest. Cold outreach means reaching out with genuine value, with clear intent, with professional respect, to people you admire, people who are where you want to be, people whose work you've consumed and want to contribute to. Most people think, why would they respond to me? I have nothing to offer. I'm nobody. Here's what wealthy people understand. Everyone started as nobody. And most successful people received help from someone at some point in their journey. Many of them are genuinely open to paying it forward, to the right person who approaches them the right way. The right way means you've done your homework. You know their work. You're specific about what you admire. You're offering something, a thought, a resource, a skill, before you're asking for anything. And you're not desperate. You're a peer reaching out, not a supplicant begging. Send 5 of these per week. Over a year, that's 260 outreach attempts. The response rate will be low, but the hits, the ones that respond, engage, invite you into their world, will change your life. One conversation with the right person at the right time is worth years of solo effort. Now I need to talk about something that most motivational content won't touch because it makes people uncomfortable. It's not enough to build good habits. You also have to ruthlessly eliminate the things that are draining your potential, quietly, consistently, without you fully realizing it's happening. These are what I call the subtle destroyers. Not the obvious ones. Everyone knows excessive alcohol, substance abuse, and complete absence of any ambition are bad. I'm talking about the subtle ones. The ones that feel normal because everyone around you does them. The ones that are socially acceptable. The ones that even smart, ambitious people fall into. Subtle destroyer number 1, chronic low-grade distraction. This is the background radiation of modern life. The constant half-attention. The never fully present state most people live in. You're watching something while scrolling something else. You're in a conversation, but your phone is face down on the table, and you're half aware of it. You're working, but you check your email every 12 minutes. You're reading, but you reread the same paragraph 4 times because your mind keeps drifting. The research on this is unambiguous and terrifying. Every time you switch your attention, even briefly, even to glance at a notification and then return to your work, it takes your brain an average of 23 minutes to return to the same level of deep focus. 3 minutes. To recover from a 3-second distraction. If you're checking your phone an average of 96 times per day, which is the current average in the United States, you are functionally never in deep focus. You're in a constant state of shallow, fragmented, reactive processing, and deep focus is where everything worth building gets built. It's where complex problems get solved. It's where creative breakthroughs happen. It's where the work that actually compounds gets done. Chronic distraction is making you functionally less intelligent than you actually are. Every day. Subtle destroyer number 2. The comparison trap. Social media has made this worse than any previous generation has had to deal with. And I say this as someone who uses social media. The comparison trap is real, it's structural, and it is deliberately engineered by the platforms to keep you feeling inadequate. Here's why comparison is uniquely destructive for ambitious people. It corrupts your timeline. You see someone at year 7 of their journey and compare it to yourself at year 1 of yours. You see the outcome, not the process. You see the highlight reel, not the outtakes. And your brain, which is wired to use social comparison as a navigation tool, processes this as, I'm behind. I'm failing. I'm less than. And then one of 2 things happens. Either you double down in frantic, unfocused energy, trying to catch up to a timeline that isn't even real. Or you quietly give up, because if the gap is that large, why even try? Both of those responses are wrong. Both of them are destroying your ability to build at your own pace, on your own path, with your own specific set of advantages. The cure for comparison is a clearly defined personal vision. When you know exactly what you're building and why, when your goal is specific to your life, your values, your capabilities, other people's journeys become irrelevant data instead of painful measurements. Subtle destroyer number 3, comfort eating, comfort drinking, comfort scrolling, as emotional regulation. I'm going to say something that might land differently depending on where you are right now. Every time you reach for a drink, a snack, your phone, Netflix, not because you're hungry or thirsty or genuinely want to relax, but because something uncomfortable happened and you want the feeling to go away. You are training your nervous system to be unable to tolerate discomfort, and the ability to tolerate discomfort is foundational to everything we're talking about today. Building something significant is uncomfortable consistently for years. The early stages are uncomfortable because nothing is working yet. The middle stages are uncomfortable because you're in the valley. The initial excitement has worn off, but the results haven't arrived yet. The later stages are uncomfortable because the stakes are higher and the problems are bigger. If your primary strategy for dealing with discomfort is to numb it, you will never make it through the valley. I'm not saying don't relax. I'm saying notice whether relaxation is a genuine choice or an escape reflex, and start building a slightly higher tolerance for sitting with uncomfortable emotions without immediately reaching for a way to make them stop. That tolerance is a superpower. It's trainable, and it separates the people who finish from the people who quit. Subtle destroyer number 4, perfectionism disguised as high standards. Perfectionism sounds like a strength. It's often presented as one in job interviews, in social signaling, in self-narrative. People wear it as a badge. It's a liability. Real high standards are about excellence in execution. Perfectionism is about fear of judgment. They look similar from the outside, but they produce completely different behaviors. Excellence says, I'll build the best version of this that I can in the time I have. Ship it, learn from the response, and make it better. Perfectionism says, I won't ship it until it's perfect. And since perfect is impossible, I'll never ship it. And I'll call this high standards. The business never launches. The content never gets posted. The book never gets written. The offer never gets made, because it's not ready yet. Meanwhile, the person with lower standards but higher execution is in the market, learning, iterating, compounding. The market rewards the shipped imperfect. Thing over the perfect thing that never existed, subtle. Destroyer number 5, the wrong social environment. I said something earlier about being careful about whose advice you take. I want to go deeper on this because I think it's critically underappreciated. Your environment, specifically the people you spend the most time around, is not just influencing your mindset. It is actively setting your baseline, your sense of what's normal, your expectations for what's possible, your emotional reactions to risk, to failure, to ambition. If everyone around you treats financial struggle as normal and expected, if the humor around you is about money problems being inevitable, if the collective narrative is that wealth is for other people, if ambition is something that gets quietly mocked, you will unconsciously calibrate yourself to that baseline. This is not about being better than the people you grew up around. It's about recognizing that you need regular exposure to environments where your goals are considered normal, achievable, and worthy of serious effort. You don't have to cut people off, but you have to add environments where people are building, add conversations where growth is the expectation, add relationships with people who are doing what you want to do. Dilute the limiting narrative by flooding your environment with expansive ones. All right, we've talked about how successful people think. We've talked about the habits that build empires. We've talked about what's silently destroying your potential. Now it's time to get ruthlessly specific, because everything we've discussed means nothing if you walk away from this video and go back to the same routine tomorrow morning. So here is the 90-day lock-in protocol. Not a challenge, not a program you sign up for. A protocol you commit to privately, execute relentlessly, and review with full honesty. This is what 90 days of real lock-in looks like. Week 1. Audit and eliminate. Before you add anything, You remove. Day 1 through day 7 is about radical honesty about where your time, energy, money, and attention are currently going, and eliminating everything that is not serving your trajectory. Time audit. For 3 days, track every hour. Where does it actually go? Not where you think it goes, where it actually goes. Most people are shocked. The average person loses 3 to 5 hours per day to low-value activity. Identify your specific leaks. Energy audit. Who drains you? What activities deplete you disproportionately relative to their value? What commitments are you holding on to out of guilt or habit rather than genuine value? Financial audit. Where is every dollar going? Pull up your bank and credit card statements for the last 3 months. Categorize everything. No judgment, just data. What are you paying for that you're not using? What spending aligns with building your future? And what spending is just keeping you comfortable in the present? Digital audit. How much time per day are you spending on social media? On streaming? On passive consumption? Be honest and set hard limits. Not guidelines, limits. By the end of week 1, you should have created space. Actual structural space in your life, in your schedule, in your head, in your budget, for what's coming. Weeks 2 and 3. Install the foundation habits. Now you build. Specifically install the morning protocol. First hour. Phone off. Movement. Deep work on your number 1 priority. Non-negotiable. Install the weekly review. Pick a day. Sunday works for most people. 60 minutes. 3 questions. What worked, what didn't, what changes next week? Install the financial tracker. Weekly money review. Know your numbers. Install the single daily non-negotiable. Decide what it is. Write it down. Do it every day for the next 90 days without exception. These 4 habits are your foundation. Everything else is built on top of them. Don't skip straight to the advanced stuff. The foundation is the advanced stuff. Weeks 4 through 8. Build the primary vehicle. This is the core of the protocol, and it's different for everyone. Your primary vehicle is the specific thing you're building toward your financial and life goals. It might be a business. It might be a high-value skill you're developing. It might be an investment practice. It might be a content platform. It might be a credential or qualification. Whatever it is, define it clearly. Define the specific daily action that moves it forward, and protect that action with everything you have. In this 5-week window, your job is to accumulate reps, not perfection, not results, reps. Show up every day and do the work. Something important happens around week 5 or 6. The initial motivation fades. The excitement of starting something new wears off. You're not seeing dramatic results yet. This is the valley. This is where most people quit. If you can push through weeks 5 and 6, if you can show up when there's no excitement, no momentum, no visible progress, you will come out the other side with something more valuable than results. Evidence that you can trust yourself, and that evidence, that self-trust built through following through when you didn't feel like it, is worth more than any skill or strategy you can learn. Weeks 9 through 13. Evaluate, iterate, accelerate. By week 9, you'll have real data, not theoretical expectations. Actual evidence about what's working, what's not, where you have natural leverage, and where you're spinning your wheels. This is the week you get strategic with that data. What's working? Double it. What's not working? Stop doing it or radically change the approach. What unexpected opportunities have shown up? Pursue them. The people who build fast are not the ones who plan best at the beginning. They're the ones who iterate fastest in the middle. They're running experiments, reading results honestly, adjusting without ego, and moving forward. By day 90, you will not have finished your journey. You're not supposed to have. 90 days is not enough to build a business or achieve financial freedom. But it's enough, if executed with full commitment, to build the habits, the self-trust, the clarity, and the foundation that everything else gets built on. It's enough to become a different person. The person who finishes things. The person who shows up. The person who takes their own ambitions seriously. And that person, the one you'll be at day 90, is the person who eventually becomes what you're trying to become right now. The daily structure. Here's how a locked-in day looks in practice. Not perfectly, You won't execute this perfectly every day, but this is the target, 5:30 to 6:30 a.m., morning protocol. No phone, movement, journaling or planning. Mind preparation, 6:30 to 9 a.m. Deep work block, your single most important task. Phone on do not disturb. Door closed. Full focus, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., structured productive hours. Meetings, communications, tasks, but protected with clear priorities, not reactive. Q to 7 p.m., physical activity if not done in morning, non-negotiable. Q to 9 p.m., learning block or secondary building. Reading, courses, skill development, 8 to 10 p.m., wind down. Review of the day. Preparation for tomorrow, gratitude, disconnect, 10 p.m., sleep. This is not optional. Sleep deprivation is the most efficient way to destroy your cognitive performance, your emotional regulation, your physical health, and your willpower. If you're sleeping 5 hours a night and wondering why you can't execute, that's your answer. This structure isn't rigid. Life will interrupt it. But having a default structure means your default day is productive. Without a structure, your default day is reactive. Now I want to talk about the actual mechanics of building wealth. Because everything we've discussed about mindset and habits is the engine. But the engine needs to be pointed in the right direction. Here are the fundamentals. Not sophisticated strategies. Fundamentals. The things that apply universally, regardless of your current income level, your industry, your age. Fundamental 1. Increase the gap between income and expenses, and invest the gap. This is not complex, but it requires relentless execution. On the income side, your income should be growing every year. Not automatically, deliberately. You should be either building a business, developing skills that command higher compensation, creating assets that generate passive income, or some combination of all three. If your income is flat year over year, something is wrong. You're either not developing, not marketing your skills effectively, or not positioned in a market that rewards growth. On the expense side, the goal is not poverty-level frugality. The goal is intentional spending. Every dollar you spend should be a deliberate choice. Does this serve my present enjoyment or future freedom? Neither answer is wrong, but the choice should be conscious. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is your wealth-building engine. Even a small gap, consistently invested over time, compounds into significant wealth. A large gap, consistently invested over time, compounds into extraordinary wealth. Fundamental 2. Pay yourself first. Automatically. Before your money hits your checking account and mingles with your daily expenses. A fixed percentage, ideally 20% minimum, more if you can, should be automatically directed into investment accounts. Automatically. Not when you get around to it. Not with what's left over. This is the single most powerful financial behavior you can install. Because it removes the decision from willpower. It removes the temptation. It makes wealth building the default rather than the exception. Fundamental 3. Build income streams. Not just income. One income stream is fragile, always. Your job, your business, your client list, whatever your primary income source is one event away from being disrupted. Layoffs happen, industries change, health events happen, markets shift. The wealthy don't just have higher incomes. They have multiple income streams, and those streams are at different levels of activity. Some require active work, some are semi-passive, some are fully passive. You build this over time, not all at once. Your first additional income stream might be small, a side skill, a small business, a tiny investment portfolio. That's fine. The structure matters more than the size at the beginning. Fundamental 4. Invest in appreciating assets, not depreciating ones. The car is a liability. The education, the investment, the real estate, the equity in a business, these are assets. Most people, as their income grows, increase their lifestyle proportionally. Bigger car, bigger house, better restaurants, more vacations. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your work. But if every income increase gets immediately absorbed by lifestyle inflation, you're running faster on the same treadmill. The wealthy, when their income increases, increase their asset acquisition first, then their lifestyle, with what remains. Fundamental 5. Your most valuable investment is always your own capability.